For Louisiana versus all y'all, Jared Roser here with standout rising senior at Franklin Parish, Javion White, who's finally gotten some overdue attention on the recruiting trail over the last couple months. Javion, we're going to talk about a variety of aspects of just kind of off-season work, what the recruiting pickup has meant for you, how you see yourself projecting at the next level, because you are a versatile multi-sport and multi-phase guy up there with the Patriots. But just how's everything been going, man? It's been probably a month or two since I had a chance to see you last. What's been up for you this summer?
A whole lot of camp. I just been camping and working on my craft, and that's it. Trying to get better and better every day. Just been working.
You've had some attention come your way. You've had those first six offers, but you were a guy that I think until the last few months was kind of out there, Winsboro area, and folks in your area certainly knew what you could do, but it hadn't gotten out very well yet. It hadn't been picked up around the state or around the region with some of these offers: Missouri, Grambling, Nichols, FAMU, Memphis, and this week Tulane. Take me through just your mindset coming out of your junior year and the way you attacked this spring and this offseason overall to continue to develop your game, but also to get yourself out there a little bit.
I went harder. Like soon as like basketball track season was over, it was like straight football. Like I just started working and working and working, and like the more spring went by, the more my coach kept talking to me about college coaches coming to the schools and all that. Him bringing coaches to the schools. Like we had Tech come by, ULM come by, and this ain't been happening in years. Like coaches coming by, stopping by our school. And when he told me when Missouri stopped by, I was like, Missouri, because they SEC. I wasn't thinking SEC. They stopped by and told me they had the offer. I had the offer. They talked to me for a while, and I was like, it made me work even harder.
When did you realize you were a college level talent? When did that click for you? That, or are you a guy that you grew up and you knew, and it was just a matter of when are they going to figure it out, or when did it click for you that you could play at that level?
It been clicked. Like I've been working. I'm real humble, so I never like tried to pop it for real. But I've been knew I had it in me. But now I'm happy now that it's just getting out. But I feel like if I was at a different school, I would have definitely been out. But me being in my school and being so unknown, that it's like that's how it is. But now I'm glad that my school getting exposure and everyone around me getting exposure too now.
What was it like for you knowing that you could play at that level, but not having the college attention yet? How how difficult was that at times? How did you kind of handle that? What was Coach Burnett telling you? How were you just making sure that you weren't letting that get you two down or stop anything you were doing? Or was it motivation? Did it help you go that much harder to try and showcase it?
It did make me go hard. I just stayed humble through it all. It was people around me telling me, "Oh, you gonna be D1, you D1," and I'm just being cool about it. Like, appreciate it, thank you, because I know I ain't D1 yet. So I just stayed humble about everything and waited and just kept working it off. And Coach AB just kept my head up, and we just work. Now it's happening.
You spoke some to the significance of not just for you, but for the program and the area to have the college coaches come through. What were those couple weeks like in the spring where you have the college coaches come through? What was the energy like around the football office, around the team, around the school to know, hey, an SEC program's here. Hey, Louisiana Tech's here. Some of these schools are coming through Winsboro and checking out what we have here in terms of some young talent.
The energy was turned up. We was turned every well, not saying just because college coaches was there that we were turned up. We were turned up every day or spring. Like, but when the college coaches was there, they tried. Everybody showed up. Like the energy still the same. It just probably a little bit more. Everybody was turned up when they knew college coaches was there because they were watching us practice. So they had an eye on everybody. It wasn't just me. So everybody has a chance to get some exposure, and everybody did good and worked hard.
Tell us some more about some of the other guys. Y'all have a good senior group rising, getting ready for y'all's last go round this fall. Marshawn Whitley is a guy that I've seen out there on the 7-on-7 circuit playing with you with different teams in the Bootleggers organization. Chris Addison is another guy that that Coach Burnett told me about when he was first putting you on my radar as a young guy coming up behind y'all that had some really big potential. But talk me through a few guys that people need to know. College coaches need to know, media need to know, beyond just you, some guys coming out of Franklin Parish that you think have a chance to be special.
I honestly think our whole team can go to the next level. Like we got Marshawn Willie, Chris Addison, all them guys on the radar. Like our quarterback, a sophomore. Me, honestly, I feel like he the best quarterback in Northeast Louisiana, but he ain't got no exposure yet. But me, I feel like he the best quarterback, even though he class of 26 in the Northeast Louisiana. We got a great running back, Kenyon Martin. So we got a great DB, Johnny Good. So he'll sing these all seniors though. I feel like our whole team can play at the next level. We just ain't got them full eyes yet from everyone, but it's getting there. I think everybody will have a chance before our season start. Everybody should have a chance to play at the next level.
Seeing what y'all are trying to build there with the high school program, as well as, the process of getting to that next level for a guy like you that has started to see some traction, has done some huge things on Friday nights and is setting yourself up to do some big things on Saturdays for that sophomore class, or really just any of the younger guys. What is your biggest message you try to get across to them, or just way that you try to lead them to keep growing and building onto what you as seniors are trying to do?
So what I do is I go hard at everything I do. I be the first one, and I go hard at everything I do. And them saying me do that, make them go hard, or should make them go hard, and they do. Just by me going hard and being number one through everything we do, it push them to go hard. So, and I just try to do that every single time, every single day I'm at work.
I mentioned before the 6 offers: Missouri, Grambling, Nichols, Florida A&M, Memphis, and most recently Tulane. Just kind of starting with the most recent one, the trip down to Tulane this week, getting a chance to go out there and show what you can do, spend some time with Coach McCleskey and company. Take me through that trip down to New Orleans, and what stood out for you, seeing what they were all about, and what did they say stood out about you that made them want to make that move?
Well, it all was unexpected. Like the media picture, it was all unexpected. They had invited me to a private camp because I had went to their first camp they had. I did good at it. So they invited me back to a private camp where they invited like just 6 DBs, and there was a whole lot of wide receivers. And I showed up at it like I did real good. So after the camp, the coach came over to me and asked me like, "Can you come to the school and take pictures in a uniform?" I was like, "Yes, sir, I got time." And they sent me the address. I made it there. And as soon as I got there, they talked to me. I love it. Like, it's great. I can tell, like, I really rock with them. Like, but I can tell they mess with me. And as soon as I got there, they told me I had the offer. So I was like, at the same time, I'm happy because I wasn't expecting to come take media pictures or get the offer. That was a point of coming down here, but I was just happy for myself. And Coach JJ, probably one of the realest coaches out there, he let me know, like at LSU camp, they had their eyes on me at LSU camp. He kept it real with me because I ain't do so good at LSU camp. So he came to me and told me, "You got some work to do." So I put in overtime. After he told me that, I put in overtime and went to the private camp and got the offer. So it was great.
Going from him telling you you've got work to do to, "Hey, we want to offer you, we think that you'd be a great fit here at Tulane," what did he say stood out, for him to know that there was more to you than what you showed necessarily at LSU, and that there was a level of talent there that he thought could play at Tulane? What was kind of that? What were you able to show, or what did he tell you on the positive side of things, that you were able to showcase and could bring to the table?
Well, he told me, what he told me I had to work on from LSU, that's what he mainly was looking at. Keeping my distance out the wide receiver, and I did just that. Like I came down with picks at the camp, a whole lot of deflections and everything. And like there was everything he was telling me to work on, and I came down there and did it perfectly. So it was like, boom, this kid really dedicated. Like he really went and worked on it and came back and showed it. So it was like, yeah, he had a choice or not, and he gave it to me.
Are they looking at you primarily as a cornerback with, your conversations with with Coach McCleskey so far, or it might be corner, might be safety, but is probably DB, or what's Tulane's outlook with you in terms of what that fit might be? Because as I mentioned before, you're a guy that does a whole lot for that Franklin Parish team on both sides of the ball.
I'll just say DB. I'm gonna just say DB right now, corner safety, because I don't really know yet. But I know me playing every time I go to the camps, I'm at corner though. I'm guarding outside. I ain't never really guarding inside, but I say corner or DB.
When you say you've been pretty much outside, that's with not just the camps that we've talked about with Tulane and LSU, but anywhere you've been, pretty much all the schools have seen you work at corner.
Yes, sir. Every last one, every school that offered me from camp, they seen me work outside that corner.
And I know you guys are down in Lafayette this weekend participating in the Raging Cajun 7-on-7 tournament. Is that kind of the last big stop that you have scheduled right now for this month or for this summer, or do you have other places you're trying to get to before we ramp things up for school in August as well?
That might be the last competitive stop I have for the summer. I'm gonna rest my body a little bit and focus on some workouts right now and just work on my craft, continue to work on my craft, but that might be the last competitive stop I have this year. And I got Tick Friday, so Tick and UL might be the last one for the summer.
Got you. When you visit some of these schools or when you have conversations with the coaches, what are you trying to learn about them and their program? What are you looking for in a next level opportunity? Because right now you have one SEC program that has made the move, and obviously SEC means a lot from an offer standpoint, but you're looking at a Tulane team that just won a Cotton Bowl and has huge things in mind, in the future, and is right here in the home state. You've got a few different home state options. What are the different factors that you're trying to kind of prioritize as you chat with some of these coaches?
I look at the type of players around, like how they coach, are they successful, how they program works, like how they talk, like even I see if they interested in me or are they honest, all type of things, like a whole variety of things I look at in coaches or in a program to see like would that be a good fit for me to play it.
Do you feel like you want to get a decision made by a certain point? Are you hoping to knock it out before senior year? Are you trying to wait till December? You're trying to wait till February? Do you have any kind of a timeline in mind at all, or still just kind of taking it all in?
Before June is my goal, like to commit before the end of June. I plan on committing before the end of June.
Okay, so you'll be making a move here pretty soon then.
Yes, sir.
Good deal. And then you mentioned for a lot of the rest of the summer after this week and these Louisiana Tech and Louisiana and Lafayette stops, you'll be ramping up. You get a little bit of rest in for your body, but focusing on the offseason work as you get ready for senior year. What are focuses for you as you try to continue to develop your game? Are there certain areas of priority that you're looking at in terms of your development that you really are hoping to take a next step in or show some progress in as you prepare for senior year?
Well, keep working on my speed. Keep getting better and better. Stop not losing speed at all. So I work a lot on my speed and keeping my body right, like staying healthy and everything, stretching, staying loose and all that, and keep working at DB and wide receiver a lot.
You mentioned how special you think this group is and that you have a lot of guys on that team that you think have a chance to play at the next level. What is the outlook for this team on Friday nights this fall? What are y'all hoping that y'all can accomplish in, I mentioned with that big senior group, y'all's last year together representing Franklin Parish? What's the outlook for senior year for y'all?
We trying to go to the Superdome. We trying to go to New Orleans. That's the goal. We got in our field. As soon as you walk in, you got a big old picture of the Superdome. That's what we're trying to get this year because no one in our school never went. It's been years and years and years since somebody at Franklin Parish winning. We got a very good chance this year if everybody buy in, which everybody is right now.
Coach Burnett's a guy that has a lot of experience at different stops around Northeast Louisiana and has also been down in New Orleans. I think we both kind of around the same time made our transition from Monroe area to New Orleans. And then he's obviously been back up north for several years now. But What has his biggest message to y'all been, or the foundation he's tried to lay with y'all, the culture he's tried to make sure that is in place in the program? When you just look at his leadership and what he's trying to make sure he's instilling in y'all, how would you describe what he's bringing to that program the last the last year, couple years, and how it's working to have y'all be at a place where y'all are talking, hey, maybe we can make a run to a Superdome and do some things that have never been done before?
What Coach AB trying to do is he make all his players trust him. Everybody, all his players can trust him. He keep it completely honest with all his players, and he trying to make sure everybody bought in. Because for us to get the goal we're trying to get to, everybody got to be bought in, not just me, not just one coach. Everybody, like the whole program. He trying to make it a new program, like start up a new program, like everywhere in all different variety of places. Like he just trying to make everything different. Like it's a different program for Franklin Parish right now.
I know one thing I wanted to ask you too with the recruiting that I forgot. There's been a nice run for Tulane recently where they're getting some big time commits from around the state. How much have you heard from some of those guys? You know a couple of them, I'm sure. What have you heard, if anything? Has Josh Jackson been in your ear much already the last, 24 hours or so? Jordan Guidry over there in Ruston, another, Nila guy. Have you been hearing much from these other recent Green Wave commits?
Well, I heard from Josh Jackson. I seen him at he was at the media day yesterday too, and we met. We talked about it, talked it up. He told me he had just committed, and when I posted my media picture, he hit me up. He was like, "Go on, make that move, bro," and all that. And I'm just looking into it right now, but that's the only one I got in contact with right now from that committed. The only one I know right now.
What else do people need to know about you as they're getting a better feel for who is Javion White, this standout from Franklin Parish that we're starting to hear more and more about? What do you want fans around the state, college coaches, fans at some of these programs to know about who you are as a young guy coming up out of Winsboro area?
Well, I'm a workhorse, a real humble workhorse. I stay humble. All I do is work. I'm very, very underrated, and my name will be on top soon.
There you go. He's Javion White. I certainly agree with the underrated sentiment, and it's been good to see 6 of those offers come his way the last few months. And for Louisiana versus all y'all, Jarrett Roser.